This Cajun injection is going to take your smoked turkey to another level. We're going to start with about half of a charcoal basket of Royal Oak lump charcoal. I don't need to fill this up all the way because we're only smoking a turkey breast, and I know this should take around 3 hours. Now we're going to get our torch, put it right in the middle, and start the coals. Now that we've used our torch to get our coals nice and hot in the middle, I like to wait around 5 minutes before I put the lid on. With the 2 vents closed on the backside and the 1 fully open on the front, I found if you wait that 5 minutes, put the lid on, it should maintain around 275 to 300 degrees the whole time. Today for our Cajun style turkey, we're going to be using a 3.67 boneless skin on turkey breast. And if you look at the label here, you'll see this contains up to 18% solution of water, sea salt, vinegar, and lemon juice concentrate. So because of that, we're actually not going to brine this today. I want to go ahead and get this out of the package. You can actually see that the skin that's on top of this turkey breast is really small in relation to the actual breast itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig under with my fingers and take it off. Pretty simple. And now from here, you're pretty much done if you want to be. I like to go ahead and take just a little bit extra of this fat off. And I do kind of like to shape it up just a little bit myself. That's just because I do like a nice presentation. But this is 100% optional. And in the end, once we have our skin off, this is what we're left with. Now, in order to make this a Cajun style turkey breast today, we're going to whip up a Cajun style injection. We're going to start on low heat with half a stick of butter. We're also going to go in with 1/8 a cup of Malcolm's King Craw. Once my Cajun seasoning and my butter have come together, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup of chicken broth. And we're just going to let this mix together for a few minutes, let all these flavors marry, then we'll go ahead and inject. Now we're going to strain our injection and put it into a different container. And before I actually start injecting, I want to make sure this is below 95 degrees. Now I'm just going to take my injector and draw up some of this injection. And we're going to use everything that we have in that container to put into this turkey breast. So this is a 14 gauge needle. That means it's just a little bit thicker. It's going to allow some of those peppers and that seasoning to pass through this injector just a little bit easier. And each one of these tubes is 50 cc. So right now we've put 1 in there. That's 2. That's 3. Now I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over and we'll get a little bit of this backside. Now this is injected with all of our Cajun seasoning, butter, and chicken broth. Now we're going to go over the backside of this with a seasoning. Today we're using Killer Hogs TX. I love that black pepper that comes through, and this does give it a natural Texas-style turkey breast look. This will be a little bit of a surprise to somebody. If they take a bite, it looks like a Texas-style turkey breast, but the inside is going to be packed full of Cajun flavor. Now it's time for us to put our turkey breast on. I want to drop 2 chunks of pecan wood. And now we're going to go right onto the middle of the Weber Smoky Mountain with our turkey breast. I like to squeeze it together just a little bit because this is exactly the shape it's going to stay. Now I've cooked enough turkey breast to know that this should take around 2.5 to 3 hours to completely finish. But I don't like to put the probe in right away because I feel like when it's still raw, it's just a little bit harder to get that probe into the right point. So we're going to wait around 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll put the probe on the inside of this breast so we can monitor the whole time. It's been right at an hour on our smoked turkey breast, and now it's time for me to get that probe in. You can see that the color here looks beyond incredible. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm extremely excited about this turkey breast already just based off of how it's looking. So I'm going to get my needle probe using a ThermoWorks dot today. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my lid back on. And right at an hour into this cook, we're sitting at 117 degrees internal. We're shooting for 155, and then we'll let it rest, and that's going to carry over to that 165 that everybody's looking for. Around 2.5 hours later, our turkey breast is reading right at 155 degrees internal. So what I always like to do is grab a thermopin, and I just want to double check. Yep, and I'm literally sitting right at 155, 156. Now you guys might be thinking that 155 is not done when it comes to poultry, but I can assure you two things. As long as that turkey breast holds at 155 for a specific amount of time, that means that it's safe to eat. But we're gonna wrap this in foil and butter, and this is gonna continue to cook, and it's gonna hit that 165. Now I've got my Cajun turkey breast here, and now we're just gonna wrap this into some foil with some butter with the top side down. Now I like to do this for two separate reasons. Number one, the bottom of this turkey breast was sitting on those grates. There might be a little bit of soot or a little bit of black coloring from the grates that we don't want to mix into that butter. The second reason is because this turkey will create sort of a bark as it's cooking, and this is gonna soften it up because it's gonna be sitting in that butter for the next hour. So now all we're gonna do is wrap everything up nice and tight. And this will go into your insulated food warmer or your insulated cooler for the next hour. This turkey breast rested for right at an hour in an insulated cooler. Now we're going to go ahead and open this up. Got some butter that collected at the bottom here. That's exactly what we want. Flip this over. Oof, it is still hot to the touch. And that right there is exactly what I'm looking for in a turkey breast. You can see all that black pepper comes through really nice. It looks like a classic Texas style turkey breast. But of course we know we injected this with that Cajun butter, and it's going to have that beautiful flavor. All right, now we're going to take some slices of our turkey breast. Start with a little piece here at the end. Should make some pretty good slices. I'm just going to take a slice right out of the middle to show you guys what we're working with. You can see we have a nice tender piece of turkey here. Plenty of moisture. You can see a little bit of that Cajun turkey butter come through. We're going to take a quick bite to see how we did. I hope you can see how tender that is. The flavor is incredible. It takes absolutely zero effort. And I'll tell you what, I have literally been thinking about turkey breast. You can ask my wife. I've been talking about smoked turkey breast ever since we did the trifecta injected one. And this one is right up there with that beautiful flavor. You get that Cajun flavor coming through. Of course, that butter makes everything that much better. And then it's just cooked to perfection. So soft, so tender, so much flavor. I just love the outside of it as well. And the look of this overall was incredible. It really, really, really looks like that Texas style turkey breast. But we have that butter that we rested this turkey in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this, and we'll put it all over the slices, and we'll see how that makes it. I mean, how is this not going to be better? Although it's so amazing without the butter, adding the butter on top just makes it that much better. This is something that you absolutely need to try. Smoked turkey breast injected with a lot of different flavors. We've done the trifecta, now we've done the Cajun style, and of course you guys can keep adding flavors and making this recipe your own. As always, we really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. It's probably going to be another turkey breast because this is that good.
Is that the juice?